Now I'm taking the next question, next illustration. They have given you 10 transactions, and on the basis of these 10 transactions, they have asked you to prepare accounting equation and also prepare a balance sheet. So quickly, the process is, first of all, make a format horizontally. Then you will transaction. This transaction shouldn't be here, it should be written here. So serial number, transaction, assets, liabilities plus capital you have written. After that, one by one you keep on reading the transaction. Keep on reading the transaction and decide what are the assets and liabilities are involved. Keep on writing in this first line. After reading each transaction, you will decide what are the assets and liabilities are involved. You mentioned it here, and then after you start solving the question transaction after one, transaction by transaction. Now first transaction is given, started business with cash and opening bank account. So cash is involved, you will write cash here. Then bank is involved because you are opening an account. So 5 opening cash account, and the same time who is doing investing into the business, owner. So capital is involved. Extreme right, you will write capital. Now next transaction is building purchase on loan from SBI. Right. So building involved, loan from SBI is involved, and bank is involved. So we will see what else. Now next is paid interest on loan and installment of 1 lakh. So interest on loan is a expense for the business. It should be deducted from the capital. Capital is already written. Loan is decreasing because an installment loan is already written. Cash is going out. Bank will be decreased. So bank is already written. Now next transaction is purchase goods from Rohan. So stock is involved. We will write the stock. And Rohan, he is a creditor. This is credit purchase. So creditor you will mention in your format. Now next is sold goods worth rupees 50,000 costing rupees 40,000 on credit to Ram. So this is credit sales. So stock is decreasing. Stock is already mentioned in your format. And Ram is debtor. Debtor is not mentioned. So that you will write the debtor here. And the same time there is a profit because cost of goods is 40,000 and you are selling it for 50,000. So 10,000 profit for that will be added to the capital. Capital is already mentioned in your format. Now next transaction, took goods of 10,000 for personal use. So stock is decreasing. Stock is written here. And for personal use means drawings. Drawings is nothing but the decrease in capital. Capital is already mentioned in your format. Now next is accrued interest. So accrued interest is a income and the same time asset. So accrued as interest के लिए accrued interest or accrued income you will write it here, and this is income. It should be added to the capital. Capital is already mentioned. Commission received in advance. Commission received in advance, two accounts are involved. Cash is involved and the same time liability as a commission received in advance. So it is not mentioned, so you will write it here. Commission or expense, commission or income received in advance, and cash is already there. Now cash received from Ram. So Ram is a debtor. Cash is already mentioned. So I hope all the transaction has been done and you have decided all the assets and liabilities involved in these transactions. You have noted down. Now one by one we will solve the question. So first transaction says started business with cash and opening bank account with rupees 4 lakh. So cash is coming into the business 1 lakh. It is given in the question, not given here. So what is the amount of cash is mentioned in the question itself. And they have opened an account, so bank balance will be increased by 4 lakh, and total capital invested is 5 lakh should be added to the capital. Now next is building purchased on loan from SBI, on loan from SBI. So they have purchased a building for rupees 12 lakh. So building will be added 12 lakh, and the same time they have paid by taking a loan from SBI of 10 lakh. So SBI loan as a liability is increased, should be added, and rest of balance is paid through check, that is bank. So minus 2 lakh from the bank. So now new equation is cash 1 lakh, bank 2 lakh, building 12 lakh, stock nil, debtors nil, accrued interest nil, loan from SBI 10 lakh, creditors nil, commission received in advance nil, capital is 5 lakh. Now next transaction is paid interest on loan 20,000 and installment of rupees 1 lakh. So total payment is 1,20,000 and it is paid through check, that is bank. So bank balance will be decreased by 1,20,000, and loan is decreased by, the loan is having balance of 10 lakh. Now one installment of 1 lakh is paid out, so loan is decreased by 1 lakh minus 1 lakh, and there is a interest paid on it 20,000, which is a expense for the business. Expenses should be deducted from the capital. So after that, the equation become cash 1 lakh, bank 90,000, 80,000, building 12 lakh, stock nil, debtors nil, accrued interest nil, equal loan from SBI. Now the balance is 9 lakh, creditors nil, commission received in advance nil, capital become 4 lakh 80,000 after deducting 20,000. Goods returned to Rohan costing rupees 20,000. So Rohan is a creditor. We are returning goods to him. So stock will be reduced. Stock is involved. Stock will be reduced by 20,000, and creditor is involved. Creditor should be deducted by 20,000. Now next transaction is sold goods with worth rupees 50,000 costing rupees 40,000 on credit to Ram. So Ram is a debtor. In the debtor you will write down 50,000. Stock is decreased by cost, that is 40,000, and the same time there is a profit of 10,000 will be added to the capital. Now equation become cash 1 lakh, bank 80,000, building 1,20,000, stock become 40,000 after deduction of this 40,000, debtors become 50,000, accrued interest 0, loan from SBI now balance is 9 lakh, and creditor is 80,000, and capital now become 4,90,000. Goods took goods worth rupees 10,000 for personal use. This is drawings is involved and stock is involved. So stock is decreased by 10,000 and capital will be decreased by 10,000. Accrued interest. Accrued interest is a income for the business and it is a asset. So asset side accrued interest you will mention 5,000 and you will add to the capital 5,000 as a income. Now commission received in advance, cash is involved, 20,000 will be added to the cash, and 20,000 as a liability should be added to the liability individually in the name of commission received in advance. Now equation become cash 1,20,000, bank 80,000, building 12,000, stock 30,000, debtors 50,000, accrued interest 5,000, loan from bank 9 lakh, 9 lakh, creditors 80,000, Commission received in advance 20,000. Capital become 4,85,000. Cash received from Ram. So it is 10,000 we have received. So cash will be added with 10,000 and debtor will be deducted by 10,000. So that's all for this question. And this is a balance sheet based on these final. This is a final equation. Cash is 1,30,000. So it is mentioned here, cash in hand 1,30,000. Now cash at bank 80,000. It is mentioned here, cash at bank 80,000. In this way, all the assets having a balance in the final equation will be written here, and all the liabilities in the final equation will be written here. Capital, loan from SBI, creditors, commission received in advance. So this is balance sheet as at whatever the date is given, not mentioned, so leave it. Now one more question I would like to solve. This is one more question having only 4 transactions, but there is one transaction which you will learn. Started business with cash and goods. So cash, stock and capital is involved. Cash, stock and capital is involved. You will write it. Next transaction, bought goods for cash 15,000 and on credit 10,000. So cash is involved, stock is involved, creditor is involved. So you will write creditor here. Cash and stock is already there. Goods costing rupees 24,000 sold at a profit of 33, 1 by 3%, half the payment received in cash. So first of all, check how many accounts of assets and liabilities are involved. So goods costing rupees 24,000 sold means stock is involved. It is at the profit of 33, 1 by 3% means 33 1 by 3% of 24,000, that is 8,000. So the selling price is 32,000. Out of this 32,000, cash payment is received. So cash will be added. Cash is involved, stock is involved, half the amount is not received, so debtor is involved. You will write debtor, and the profit should be added to the capital is already written. Now next is purchase furniture for office use 6,000 and for household use of Sudhir 4,000. So purchase furniture for office use, furniture will be added as an asset, and the same time cash is already written here. And furniture purchase for office use for 6, and for household purchasing furniture for household use of Sudhir, that is drawings will, for drawing capital is already written. So one by one we will take this transaction. First transaction, started business with cash 50,000 and goods. So cash 50,000 and stock 20,000. Total capital 70,000 you will write just below the capital. Now next, bought goods for cash 15,000 and on credit 10,000. So cash is decreased by 15,000. On credit 10,000 means supplier, that is creditor, should be added 10,000, increased by 10,000. And the same time stock is increased by 25,000. It will be added 25,000 to the stock. Now in new equation, cash is 35,000, stock 45,000, debtors 0, furniture 0, creditors 10,000 and capital 70,000. Now next transaction is after adding this 16,000 is 51,000. Cash become 51,000, stock become 21,000 after deducting 24,000. Debtor is 16,000, furniture is creditor is 10,000 and capital is 78,000. Now next and last transaction is purchase furniture for office use 6,000 and for household use Sudhir 4,000. So furniture will be added. So furniture will be added by 16,000, and 10,000 will be deducted from the cash, 4,000 as a drawing deducted from the capital. So now final equation is cash 41,000, stock 21,000, debtor 16,000, furniture 6,000, creditor 10,000, and capital 74,000. Put it in the balance sheet and you will get the balance sheet. So thank you class, and I have also given you some homework. Please do it in your class notes. If any doubt, please ask to me. Feel free, do not hesitate to ask. Thank you. Have a nice day.